What's up, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Rob and you got Superstar Bobsales.
Bobsales.
How you doing? This is the first this time. Are those some Muay Thai gloves you got going on? That's a first here.
UFC.
UFC?
I trained MMA, so.
Oh, amazing.
I've always trained MMA for a long time, so.
You know what? You can, no matter how.
These are my actual training gloves. You can see they're a little bit battered. You see?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna need days to recover from that beaving because no matter how big a person is, you can't beat a trained fighter. The trained fighters,
especially for jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So
technique.
And I've always been a UFC fan my whole life. So
amazing. That's technique over strength. So if you haven't already, make sure you don't forget, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, become a superstar, and hit the bell notification button so that you are updated with all the latest VV news. And you never know what we're going to hit you with. You never know when the VV team might be joining us on the channel. So you make sure to hit the bell button. Also, don't forget, become a Superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Superstar VIP, Bobsales, he knows what's up. Get the cool star beside your name.
Juju.
Get some juju. That's it. Get some extra juju. We can't explain it, but Reese confirmed it's real. Also,
well, I'm definitely winning with a mints.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull that up after as well because we got some retweets for you on your juju. Get our spreadsheets for the drop. We've talked about the drops. Predictive analysis. There's a spreadsheet for sweeping. We'll advertise for you.
Spreadsheet a lot.
Oh yeah, the spreadsheet is key for drops. I use it a lot as well. Also, thank you to all our VIPs. We appreciate your support. And of course, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. You can talk to us anytime. We'll always be friendly enough. If you want to talk about anything, you want to ask for, for us to buy your stuff, you can. Maybe we'll buy it, maybe we won't, maybe we'll advertise. Just message us. We'll see where we'll go from there. Okay, so Bobsales, this time next year. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel, your longtime supporter of this channel as well. You got 73 subs. Hopefully we can get after this. Tell us a little bit about
surprised it's still so low at the minute. But
me too.
I've basically started my channel in the bear market, so that's probably why. And then at the time, it was going through stages of being built. So if you look at the first video, you can see I'm really no good whatsoever. And then as they start going along, they're starting to get better, more edited, and more crisp.
Yeah, and I guess you focus on VV only?
Yeah, mainly. I have got an OpenSea account and I have got a couple of other things, but nothing major. I mean, VV was introduced to me by my nephew, believe it or not. My nephew's into OpenSea and NFTs and stuff like that. And one day he showed me this app. I think it was around the Disney time, the first Disney drop.
Right.
So he showed me the app, and then I'm looking at the app, and he's going, look at these, £250 for a gold pizza truck. Right. Yes. And as I'm looking at this, I'm sitting there thinking, no way. Like in my head, I cannot see the value in these pictures whatsoever at the time. Not whatsoever. Well, a couple of weeks later, I see the values going up, the values going up, the values going up. Now, as you can see behind me, I collect physical toys. I've always collected physical toys, and I collect comics as well. But yeah, because of that, my nephew was like, well, you'd like it because there's a lot of Marvel stuff, a lot of comics, toys. They're basically toys, but digital.
Yeah. So, November was the gateway. It was for me as well, and for many of us. November was the gateway into the NFT world. Some people were a little bit more involved before. For me, I actually started with NFTs with VV. I have now branched out to other ones, but VV specifically will be the bread and butter because of the premium licensed IP. So we'll talk a little bit more about the name this time next year at the end of the video. But I always enjoy your videos when you come out with them. Nice editing as well, and you can also find Bobsales on Twitter. Make sure you give him a follow. And he's at 73 subs. Let's get him up. Let's get him over 100. No? Why? He supports everybody. He goes around on YouTube supporting everybody. On Twitter, he's active.
And I'm always honest as well. I must say, I'm always honest. Sometimes a bit blunt, but I'm always honest. I'll always give like my fair opinion.
Honesty, I find, is always better. Keeping it real is the way to go. Actually, let's start off with our Twitter today. So Joe, Superstar Joe in Florida, meets up with no other than Superstar Puddin' Cheeks, the legend himself. Is even wearing the My Homie with Omi in red shirt. So you know he's hardcore wearing that shirt around. And yeah, Joe says all of our collectibles could go to zero, but the friendships we have made because of ecomi and VV Official will last a lifetime. True. Had the pleasure of meeting my friend Puddin Cheeks, a must follow today. He is even more of a superstar in person.
Yeah,
Pretty exciting. I know you went to one of the events, so you've had an opportunity to actually meet a lot of the VV fam. How was that?
it was. I would say it was awkward for the first couple of hours because you're trying to match Twitter accounts to people's faces. But after that, I think once we went to the after party, I think that broke the ice with everyone after that point. I mean, I'm hugging Andrew Ellis in there. I'm chatting to all sorts in there. And after that, the second day was a lot easier because of that reason. But I met no end of people. I met people from Holland. I met people from France, Germany, and all different ages. And yet everyone just got on swimmingly. I mean, the after party had to be the best bit.
Yeah,
that made the whole thing.
It's global. It's worldwide. You meet people, different cultures, different people from
Yeah,
all over the world. It truly is an amazing thing. And look at this. Joe goes to Florida and meets Puddin Cheeks.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Joe's outfit there though.
Yeah,
And then shorts.
Yeah, Joe's getting ripped on actually for his outfit. I don't know if it's the jean shorts and the tucked in shirt. I don't know what it is, but you know,
It's a dad outfit.
It's a dad outfit. You want to be comfortable when you're walking.
I think that was what his comment was. Something about you got to be a dad to wear this outfit.
Yeah, he wants to play the part, and he sure is here. So that was pretty cool. Another thing is we got here a retweet from you, none other than you. You let us know you got some nice juju. You hit an Ultraman Ace 666. What a number.
I actually done all right on the drop. This time I went for 2 boxes this time, which I weren't going to, but then because of I watched your video the night before and you said about the spreadsheet and everything, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I do like the older version better than the newer one that's in the app, the shiny version. So I thought, well, I'm going to risk it and go for it. And then I got 2 great mints. So, and I got the ultra rare too. So I definitely got the juju there.
Yeah, that's I went for 3. I got 1 Ultraman Ace. I got 235, the mint number 235, and I got 2 rares. I sold off 1 rare for 38 gems right now, just to get it off, get some back for the next drop. And I'm going to keep the other 2. And basically, it just comes back to my point. Like, if you don't, I know I'm going to lose money. I know I'm gambling in a way that I will probably, but I'm doing it willingly, like a scratch card.
I got to that point. It's the same as Joe when he was on the ride the other day and he was going for the drop. That's how the game's supposed to be played. You're supposed to go for drops and stuff. It's not always about the money. I mean, I'm happy with my 7-gem comics. I mean, comic, what you can fully read, NFT, it's really smart. It'll be better when they can put it in vaults, that's for sure. But I can't complain with 7 gems at a time. Obviously, if you're going for 4 or 5 boxes, that's when you can get hurt by it. But because recently you can get the secret rares for 50 gems, which is crazy. When I first got into the app, every secret rare, no matter whether it's Mrs. Marvel, Humpty Dumpty, they're all 800 plus.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to watch how the prices have gone.
Yeah, it's the continuous decline. We'll talk about that later as well. But I remember when secret rares were trading around 100, 110, 120, even 170. Now we're at a point where it's mid. Where rares used to be 50 gems. Now the secret rares are 50 gems, and it's just the state of the bear market. It is what it is.
Well, I've got quite a few Journey of the Mysteries. What I paid 100, 110 gems for commons. I think they're now 10 gems.
Yeah. It is. It's just, if you don't play the game, you never know how to go. It's going to be, I think it's going to be years before we could finally see the benefits of
It's going to be a while.
It's going to be a while.
It's going to be a while.
Anyways, so Puddin Cheeks again. It was truly a pleasure getting to chat with one of the co-founders of the Superstars. Together as friends and as a community is how we survive the toughest times. And that's playing on what we're just saying right now, right? This is one of the tougher times for the VV community. You have a lot of people right now that are maybe overextended. They're down in their collectible prices from what they purchased from. They're feeling the burn. But again, a strong community is what keeps us together.
Well, I must say everything's down at the minute. In my end, anyway, I collect a lot of comics more than the collectible side. So a lot of my stuff's down, but at the same time, it's up more than it was originally. So I'm down, but I'm not down, if that makes any sort of sense.
For sure. I mean, it depends how long you've been. If you've been in here from, if you entered in November, January, you're probably down on everything because of the bear market. But
I know I bought in January when the floors were going up, I was playing the market trying to make the gems in between.
Yes.
You know how you do where you see the floors rising. Yeah, I got caught a couple of times playing that game.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those things where you're either forced to hold. If you really need your money and you sell it, that's it. You never know, but it's okay. I mean, this is part of, at least in the meantime, And that's what in the meantime, I use the utility for what it is. We don't know what more VV has to bring, but AR photos is really the most that we can do with it right now, and hopefully get more utility in the future. Speaking of more utility and new things that are coming, Veve Fox gave us a photo. I took a look at a Mutascan. I'm just going to use her photos though of how the metadata is going to look. So you can see now that the image is now attached to the actual mint number, which is very important because people were saying online, like, and here we have, okay, sorry, we have drop date, right? We have the drop date edition. But there's not, I think people were expecting a little bit more metadata, like the exact time it was minted, for example. But I also saw people saying like, where's, they wanted more information in terms of sale prices. I think in the end that for now, the metadata, the way it works is that you can use the Mutascan API to see the transaction that happened. I don't see any prices though.
If I look at it, it looks like it's just to say where the item is.
Yeah.
I can't really see any price things, but then that could be added yet.
Well, I think Veve is going to keep it as two separate APIs. I think they have their own personal API that they're going to sell. They're going to have a free API. They're going to have a premium one that they're going to sell. And then they have this Mutascan, which is going to be metadata so that the wider NFT community can actually see the associated numbers. So it's very confusing. When we did the interview with the Quid CEO, he talked about like the different tiers of like ownership and the different tiers of actually being on chain versus off chain. And they talk about that a little bit in their article they came out with. I don't know if you had a chance to read it. Did you read it?
I have read most of these articles, to be fair.
This is a brand new one, though. This one just came out.
Which was when? Yesterday?
September 30th.
If it was over the last weekend, I haven't. Because I normally take weekend off. That's normally the way to do things. You have to have a day off now and again. So weekend's normally my rest.
That's okay. I mean, the article basically summarizes what they're saying. It's going to have the collectible image, the name, description, rarity, edition number, total editions, edition type, licensor, brand, series, and drop date. Very similar. Not drop time, just drop date.
I would say that would be what I was expecting, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent as well with what I was expecting. And then digital comic metadata is pretty much the same thing, except it's going to have issue number, series, variant editions. So we're going
I think the main reason for it is people want to see what was actually minted first. I think that's
that's why people want the time, because they want to actually.
I think that's the main thing about it.
Right, they want to know.
For me, it don't really change anything for me. Personally, my side.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't change much for people. People want to know the exact time to see number 1 or the number 41, the actual first minted.
Yeah. Well, I do get that. That argument 100%.
Yeah. So we'll see. They said the article says 4 to 8 weeks. They said 4 to 6 weeks. We should hopefully transfer everything over. And they talk a little bit about it, right? So the token part, like as of now, Veve has been pretty much an off-chain channel. So there might be a token on a blockchain, but you have no idea what that token is. Veve had pretty much all the information associated with that token. At least now in Immutable X, you have a little bit more legitimacy to what that token actually is. So you can look up your own, on a Mutascan, you can look up your own wallet and you can see this token number. And the idea is you can click that token number, and a Mutascan, which is the Ethereum network, it's a little bit more legitimized. You can actually see the image and all the attributes that go with it. So I think it's extremely important for the long-term success of Veve to have that transparency easier for everyone to look up instead of just through the app. Yeah,
100%.
Okay, so that's enough of that one there. Let's see anything else. We talked about Veve
That
Wallet.
is a very ugly collectible, by the way.
Yeah, but it's the OG.
It's not the best. It's not the best looking.
No,
that's for sure. Give me a T-Rex any day over that.
Yeah, I agree. But it's the OG, I guess, Ultraman. But I agree. I don't like the look. It's too cartoony for me. But it's the original, so I respect that for the people who love Ultraman. Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna talk it through here.
Cat's trying me out the door. Get slowly by itself.
The cat. You never know. We might have an extra superstar joining us. So this is a very cool chart here. So Veve wallets collections with more than one token. So we could see where we've grown. Veve did grow, it looks like, about 800 wallets over the last 35 days.
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally,
it's
it's not the best looking number. I guess it's good that they grew, but really can they really go backwards? If someone's going to stop using VE, they're just going to walk away. But it says 800 more active wallets. So, and another cool thing is if you have more than 100 tokens, which is comics plus collectibles, you're in the top 5% of holders.
You've got to remember, a lot of them people could be stuck getting KYC, like me. I mean, right. I couldn't get into my account. Well, I can get into the account, but I can't sell or buy anything, do drops. I haven't been able to for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I
can now, but a lot of them accounts could just be that. And then some people don't even want to be identified. But then at that point, if you don't want to be identified, you're pretty screwed because you're going to lose your stuff anyway. So,
yeah, there's a lot of people I know as well that they don't want to give any information. So now their hands are tied. They have a VV account and they're not going to be able to participate. It's important. They're going to need to do this for all. I mean, to get cash out, if this is the way it has to be, this is the way it has to be. But 800 new users just shows us where we are in the state of the market right now. And, it's a little scary.
Yeah, okay. I mean, even the events themselves, they're advertising, but they're not really advertising because it's mainly VV people there. I think at the Decon event, I think there was 10 people that weren't VV users. Yeah. The rest were all VV users, which is why it was kind of busy there.
Marketing right now they're not marketing. They're saying strategically they don't want to spend the money in a bear market because it's not going to have as much of an effect. You get more value for your money, let's say, during a bull market to advertise. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know, but we'll see, because that's going to be very important for the future growth of VV this time next year, right?
Yeah, 100%.
One last thing in terms of the daily news is there will be a snapshot for Pride and Pride 2 holders, which is going to happen on Saturday, the 15th of October. You're going to get one airdrop. Yeah, one airdrop for each edition of either collectible owned will be delivered in the week following. So if you have Pride or you want to go buy one, there you go. You can get an airdrop.
I think I went for the flag on the drop, and then I think it instantly sold under. And I had a good mint on, and I had a good mint on it as well. So I actually just sold it for cost that time, which is one of the times I actually sold it for cost. It weren't really my cup of tea anyway. Sometimes you go for the drops just to make the gems, so you can go for stuff you want.
Right.
But then other times you go for the drop because you want the collectible. Well, that was one of the times weren't really for me, that drop, and I could see it going under, and I should have listened because it kind of went under straight away. And then the whole branding thing with the new Pride stuff, that weren't great. That put it on a knife's edge straight away. As soon as that happened, half price straight away, sale for everyone.
I remember that when they changed the Pride license, and it was like a massive deal.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, you never know what they're going to surprise you with. Like, if you hold these collectibles, I guess they need to do this, right? Like, reward holders so that they get surprises. I think it's good that they did that.
Well, the other thing is, if they do release the other under 40 mints, that's going to devalue the 41 mints. I hate to say it, but it will devalue them slightly.
Big time.
It depends how they do it. If they give them out as giveaways, then 1-2 mints are going to be sky through the roof. They're going to rock it.
They had so many mints reserved. It always made sense to me that they would use them for giveaways. Obviously, we had some conversations from the VV team about not seeing the light of day, all those things, and people were misled. But it's 100% going to devalue now the number 41.
Yeah, because so. And there's a lot of people not happy about it. I mean, if you've got a big account and you've been paying premium for them, because most of the time them mints are 300-400 gems on top. So if you're already paying that premium and now it's going down, it's not great.
Big time. It is absolutely, everyone who's unhappy has every right to be unhappy.
Yeah, but the thing is, if VV send 1 or 2 out every 6 months or something, then that collectible itself, that will skyrocket, and it shouldn't really knock the other ones too much. But as soon as 40 are released of one kind, that's it. Your job done. You've blown the rest of them up.
There's only so much money in the pot. So you're going to release a bunch more sub 40s. Yeah. The money that was available for 41 to 99 now gets spread out to the other 2 digits. It inevitably is going to damage valuations, probably not just in the 2-mint market, but probably even in the 3-mint market, because now you have the same pool of money being spread out now on more mints.
Yeah, 3 mints are not so profitable, I wouldn't believe. They're not
They're,
so bad.
they're
They're
not
not
so
as
bad, but
yeah,
whatever they are,
they're not as good for making profit on 3 digits recently. Saying that, sometimes the 4 digits are hard sells. The 2 digits, sorry, are
yeah,
hard sells. So
that it's hard. It's hard to find a buyer.
yeah,
But whatever it is relative to right now will be less because you're
yeah.
going to have increase of them. And this goes back to like if you don't have more people on the app, then obviously you're not going to have more. And this is going to lead now to the meat and potatoes of our topic today. And this is something I've always wondered about you and your channel is that it says Bobsales this time next year. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what you mean by that. And I also want to talk to you a little bit about the state of the market because according to VV Fox, you talk about daily active wallets. We're floating at 2,000, 3,000 on drop day. Maybe you're at 6,000. We only have 2, 3,000, 6,000 active wallets every
Yeah.
day. This time next year, tell us why you use that name. And secondly, tell us where you think we're going to be this time next year.
So at the time when I joined VV, it looked like it was going to be this time next year. It looked like everything was really going through the roof. So that was probably why. But the whole this time next year. So in England, we have a TV program called Only Fools and Horses, and it's about secondhand market people, bit dodgy, bit on the dodgy side, and they like sell you stuff out their briefcase in like the market and stuff like that for cheaper. But he always says to his little brother, "This time next year we'll be millionaires." Well, it fit with Vivi at the time. It really did fit with Vivi. So that's why. But I do believe in 10 years, Vivi is going to buy me a condo. So
and where you live too, that's an
it's not
expensive
going to be
condo.
this time next year, though. That's the thing. We've definitely got a bit of a longer wait than this time next year. But it definitely fit because the prices were going up, and I could definitely see it. I mean, I've got the tattoo, so I must believe in Vivi to some sort of
that's right. You
some
got
sort of future.
you have a permanent tattoo that
Yeah,
says Vivi, right?
and I don't even have my logo anymore.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of selling it.
Oh, you sold the logo.
The logo because the whole idea was so after leaving the last event, I was bullish. So I was sitting there thinking, no, I'm 100% getting to Anaheim. I'm going to do it. I don't care what I have to do to get there. I'm going to get there. All right. So I sold my logo a few days ago, and I think it was 1.6, which was low at the time. And I knew it was low. And I even said to the person that brought it, look, the only reason I'm selling it is because I've got plane tickets to book and I really just want to go and do this event. At the end of the day, I'm trading a life experience for a life NFT. That was my way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So I've done that. Lo and behold, a couple of days later, AMA comes out. It would be the weekend I take off, like always. And then before you know it, it's 3.2. Next time I look, so it's doubled in profit straight away. But then I said to the guy buying it straight away, I was like, next week, that is going to go back up to 3K. I'm 100% sure it will. But I never see no utility for it. I never did see that coming. That caught me way off guard. So
yeah, I don't blame you though because you can't buy time. The truth is you could one day buy a VV logo back, but you can't buy time.
Well, that was the other thing. I knew when the Anaheim event come, the logo was going to go down in price. Soon as more, I mean, it's 500 editions somewhere, but yet there's only 30 I've ever seen listed. But obviously, David, we now know by David that there's actually 250 somewhere.
Right.
So I thought there's another 400 and something left. So when Anaheim comes, there's going to be more than 3,000 people there. Everyone's going to be getting tattooed and doing dancing and whatever they can to get these cards. So I just assumed the price would go down. But I didn't see any of the utility coming before that point. So
it happens. We don't know, and this is the thing. This could be a lesson learned. This is like a very near term utility added. We don't know what VV is going to do in terms of utility a year from now, right? Like we talk about how they bring utility in now. We got things coming. We don't have MCP. We don't have OUP. Yes, hashtag soon, but we're going to get it. We don't know what new things can come to the collectibles, what airdrops might come, what random utility might come, which is the reason why if you don't play the game, you may never have an opportunity to capture whatever it is. Like unless you're in a financial situation, you have to sell everything and get out. I don't think I would want to because I would be able to then maybe capitalize on some kind of future utility that might come with these licensors.
I mean, it's like so I should explain. So Bobsales, right? So I don't actually go in. I never went into VB to actually sell my collectibles. I always went in there to collect them. So I rarely sell anything, and it does really hurt when you sell something. Like I'm not gonna lie, it really hurts. That's why I've got so many toys and stuff, because
Yeah.
if I sell it, 2 minutes later I'm looking for it again.
Right.
But with the Bobsales thing, that was actually like my Facebook marketing group. So I'm quite well known for selling Henry Hoovers and stuff like that on the side as well as my job.
Right.
So that
Right.
was how that actually started. And for a joke, I thought, well, I'm going to call it Bobsales, then I can say that we got into NFTs and all this, my life. So now I'm stuck with
Cool.
Bobsales.
That's okay. I mean, it's a pretty catchy name. It's very recognizable.
It should really be Bob Holds, but
Yeah.
it was
If
the
you're not
one thing
selling,
I didn't. It's like the one time I didn't hold the logo. Of course, it doubles in price. Utilities round the corner, and I feel like an idiot.
it's just how it is, and you shouldn't feel alone, right? So many people have stories just like this. You're not the only one. It feels like you're the only one, but you're not. There's lots of
Yeah, I
people.
know. Yeah.
They sell. There's a pump, and then usually it comes right back down, anyways.
I mean, I'm
Um,
happy. I made profit. I took profit, so I
right.
can't say I didn't. That's the like. If you sell something, you have to take profit. You can't.
Yeah,
You
it has
can't
to.
sell under. I don't believe in selling under. So there's a lot of things like the 6-part Spider-Man comics. The first lot, what I paid 30, £40 a common cover for.
Okay.
So they're now stuck in my vault forever because they're never getting to that price. Not that
Yeah.
first 6-part. I think it was 5-part. Yeah,
Well,
I don't see that one ever getting there.
we can.
But at the time, everyone was so hyped about anything Spider-Man at the time. So yeah, go for this one. Go for 100%. Gonna next minute we've got Spider-Man galore. We've got Disney galore, and I think we need some more different changes. Some different characters, some
Yeah.
different items like
I
that.
yeah, and never say never. Like in this space, things move fast. Now, I have personal doubts about the January pump. Is it possible that the whole gem scandal brought in a lot of fake money, stolen
Yeah,
money? Yeah, I'm not really too sure, but that doesn't mean we can never reach those highs again as the world changes, as utilities gain, as people start actually being able to use them as the utility we have right now, but in more personal matters. So right now we have our phone and you put it in AR. When the meta glasses come in, you have the utility in your house, and your friends come over and they have that and they can see that, and you're starting flexing these collectibles through that nature. Maybe we might see valuations completely skyrocket again.
it's
It's
like the pictures what you can get with the NFTs on your wall. I've got to get my hands on some of them bad boys.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, they're really cool.
And another thing is, like you talked about, getting more, for sure. More licenses is always a good thing. More use, whatever brings in more users. It's just scary right now with the
Yeah,
amount of active users there are.
yeah. There's not a lot, and we seem to be going down, if anything, right now.
We're going down, if anything. And then maybe there will be a time when the hype cycle comes back. Crypto moves in hype cycles. I think VV is going to just follow that. It's an NFT marketplace, so
Yeah,
and provider. So I don't know. I think this time next year, because of the space, how fast it moves, anything's possible. I still think it's going to be years for this to develop.
I think VV will survive. The community is definitely going to keep VV alive. That's the main thing with VV. Like everyone's trying to steal our community right now because we have that special of a community. You don't get this anywhere else. I mean, I got birthday presents from people I've never met in my life. So, you don't get that. And even when I went to the Decon event, I met up with someone on Twitter who I've never spoke to ever in my life. And I spoke to him on Twitter. I made good friends with him on Twitter. So I met him at the event, and now we're good friends.
Yeah, the community is going to have to help carry the project through the bear market.
Yeah.
And by the way, I made a comment in yesterday's video. I got ripped on quite a bit in the comments, but I'll clarify right now. I said that OMI is a top 10 coin. I need to clarify. I sent links, and you can go to yesterday's video and look at the links. I meant it was a top 10 NFT coin, a coin that backs NFT. It's ranked, I think, 9th based on the market cap. Now, I mean, you could debate that website on how they calculate their market cap, whatever, but it is up there in terms of a coin that's related to the NFT and that projects. And yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say, like, what other projects that you're gonna talk about that are gonna be, being able to survive this bear market. I agree with you. VV is gonna survive the bear market. It remains as one of the best ones that are out there. So I think that there's still a bright future ahead as long as you can survive the down cycle.
I think OMI itself is going to have its day, 100%. Because with VV, 100% are using that token right now. They're definitely going to make it worth having OMI.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a utility token that doesn't have that much utility right now. So when it
Yeah,
finally comes, what could happen?
yeah, and the prices are so low right now.
So are you loading up on Omi, or are you
No. I've got about 5,000 worth, so barely anything.
okay?
But I do see at some point that will go up, whether I'm invested or not. That's definitely going up.
Yeah,
But most of
yeah,
my bags in Veve, I've got such a problem with spending money in Veve. That's where all my money goes.
yeah. You're
If
not
not, it's
alone.
on space back here, and then I'm running out of space, so it has to go in Veve now because I've not got no more room. I've got shelves there, shelves there, shelves there.
Well, that's the nice thing about digital collectibles. You can just package it all the way online
Yeah,
in the metaverse. You don't have to actually take us. I hate it when the house is messy. I hate
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's getting there. It's getting bad. It's turned into a hoarder's house.
Yeah. And the thing with Omi is like you can buy Omi. I think it's good to have a balanced portfolio if you have the cash. But a lot of the VV community, I asked the question in a previous video, do you still have cash? Do you feel like you're stretched? I think a lot of the communities already put in what they can afford. And because we're not having new money
Yeah,
coming in, we're not really able to capitalize. During the pump, even old users that might have exhausted all their funds, their collectibles pumped and they were able to sell at profit. And just, it's kind of just a
been
cycle,
spreading the money.
spreading the
Yeah.
money. And it's kind of
Well,
that
it's
Ponzi.
like me. It's like me. I work a 9 to 5 job. Well, I don't work 9 to 5, but I work a normal standard job. I have like standard house, standard rent, and stuff like that. So I'm not the richest person in the world, but I can always spare 100 gems a month. Worst case to put in Vivi. So, but
Yeah.
then am I going to lose it at some point? That's always the question.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about the VV collectible. I mean, it has to cross back to 1600 on its way down to zero, right?
Yeah,
So, we
yeah,
always talk about you have to assume, if you're going to stretch yourself out on something like this, you always have to assume worst case scenario. At the end of the day, new space, everything's brand new. I think VV's super well positioned. Like I talked a little bit yesterday with Essentially Crypto about the VV team and do we still have confidence in the VV team? I think based on what they've done so far, you can't doubt them. Like regardless of what, if you want to criticize them and their mistakes,
they
they
make some
have
stupid errors now and again. But apart
sure,
from that, that's just an office error. Like
sure.
it's not
It,
too bad.
they make it fine. You can make errors, you can criticize them, but look what they've accomplished compared to other projects. They've
Yeah,
come a really long way. They've delivered
quick.
on a lot of stuff. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt and think that they can continue to deliver on what they've already delivered,
Yeah,
although hashtag soon.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I can't see David letting this company go down. No way. It's
No,
definitely going to keep going up.
they've come too far.
But
They've become too profitable to let that go.
but we do need advertising. That is a main function right now. I mean, even if you sold toys like like what the pop toys do with the NFTs recently, even if you've done something like that where the physical meets the digital, it would help.
Yeah, I think marketing for sure it will work, help bring in
And as
people.
soon as we and as soon as we get on TV, we're laughing like that. That's it. To the moon. We're absolutely laughing. Every one of us that's here now, we're laughing.
Super
If
Bowl
we're
ad.
still here, then
Super Bowl ad.
yeah, yeah. Can you imagine? We'll
we
be
did
UFC's next sponsor.
we did a video on that on the Super Bowl ads and how it can help. But I agree with you. Once it's on TV, the word gets out there. It inevitably will bring new users, even though the world doesn't have the appetite right now. Like when that hype cycle comes, people find their way here. So I'm okay being patient for now. I think the space is still way too early, anyways, to take a haymaker. Like if VV, I don't want them going all out on marketing. A little bit's nice, but they don't need to go all out because I don't think they're going to get that much out of it in this kind of market when literally governments are trying to lower everyone's buying power by raising the
Yeah,
rates. They're
yeah, and
putting
then
in
the taxes.
policies. Yeah, they're putting in policies. It could be more taxes, it could be interest rates. They're
Yeah,
putting in policies to make you have less money to cause inflation. Although the truth is, buying VV collectibles helps because you have less money to actually buy things that they measure.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so
Buy things what they can trace.
yep. Anyways, any final thoughts before we close out about this time next year?
Yeah, when
VV,
do I get my hat? Is
I
that next?
know.
Is that this time next year too?
Yeah, that's a good point. We've had a couple of questions about that. Obviously, Joe and I've been on vacation. Joe's on vacation now. Our schedules haven't lined up. We have a list. I think 14 people responded to our forum out of the 20.
Yeah,
So we have 14 people's information that we can send out to. It's just a matter of sitting down, reaching out, doing the transaction and shipping it out in the mail. So I think coming into October, Joe comes back tomorrow. We're together again, and we can start getting those hats out. We would love to get them out for
Hey,
Anaheim.
the reunion's back. The dream team's back.
The union is back.
Can't wait to see it.
We've been gone for a long time, and like you said, the community is amazing. People such as yourself has been able to fill in for me, fill in for Joe, and the Iron Man streak continues. We still post.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll be back again, and hopefully we'll have a bit of a longer stream. I'll line some questions up for you next time.
I feel like we got to get you on a live stream. I feel like you'd be good with both Joe and I. Get you on a live stream. Okay, so
yeah, because then someone could actually tell Joe they love him back.
Yeah.
Every time he says "I love you," and you just like blank stare at the camera, just not me.
Nobody's responding. So, thank you, Bobsales, so much.
Thank you,
VIP Bobsales. We'll give you a standing O. Again, we appreciate your support. You're here all the time supporting us on YouTube, and we respond to every comment, and we appreciate all that you do for us. And glad you could join us on the stream today.
It's been a pleasure. It's always been a pleasure. It's nice to finally meet you. Well, one of you anyway.
It's okay. It'll be both of us soon. So
until the next time.
Until the next time. And if you haven't already, guys.
Next year.
Yeah, this time next year. There you go. You got
it. This time next year, we will be millionaires.
There you go. So if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, and hit the bell notification so you get all the new information coming to you regarding Veve, as well as some surprises, very important information. You never know. There might be announcements. Yeah.
When do I get my star? I need to win this shit. I need to win this month. It's got to be my turn.
The month of September hasn't had a giveaway, so you have your chance.
I'm coming for that shooting star.
For those who don't know, Superstar VIP membership, you're automatically entered into an opportunity to get a star named after you with starnaming.com. So if you're interested in that, it seems a lot of people love it. We've given away about 4 of them.
It's definitely one of the best ideas. That was a good idea.
That
was one of the funniest ideas. Coming up with the stars, that was a good idea.
We got to give full credit to our Discord. I think it was Crypto Cookie. It might have been someone else. I can't remember. I think it was Crypto Cookie that came up with the idea. It could have been someone else, though. So remind me again in the comments if it was you. They are the ones who suggested the idea of giving away stars, and we loved it. So we tried it out the first month, and it looks like it was really popular, and a lot of people loved it. So we're going to keep doing it. And we haven't done September yet. So when Joe comes back, we'll get that all sorted out. And we have to still give away Superstar Bravehearts from August. So we're behind. And now that we're going back to regular programming, hopefully we can catch up.
I look forward to your daily videos still. When are you going to break the streak?
I think at this point we're locked in. And the end of the year, no matter what, I think right until New Year's Eve, we got to keep this streak alive. And then maybe in 2023, we can think about maybe taking a break. But right now, we love doing this. It's a lot of fun. So we have no intention of breaking the streak anytime soon. We'll play it month by month. But I can tell you right now, we're committed for sure to the end of this year. We're not missing a day. Okay.
Just don't burn yourselves out. That's one thing.
No, I know for sure. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't feel like it's too much. It's hard to sometimes fit a video in with work, with family, and other things.
Yeah.
But doing these videos for me, they're not exhausting. They're not tiring. They're very easy for us to talk about topics because we're doing Veve every day. It's not difficult for us to go and talk about Veve because we're doing it anyways. It's just what we do. So it's easy.
Yeah, well, I'm in the market literally every 5 minutes. So yeah.
Yeah, you live and breathe it, right? It takes over your life. So yeah, guys, $2.99 a month, Superstar VIP. Become a Superstar VIP like Superstar VIP Bobsales over here. Get the cool star beside your name. Get our spreadsheets. We thank you all so much for your support, especially Bobsales, and we will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.